Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel for an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're new to my channel, I welcome you all. I'm Aspie. I'm all about creating mental health and awareness and sharing my life story. Today is going to be just a day that I'm going to share with you another poem from my darkest days of what have you. And hopefully in saying this that you're enjoying some of these poems. If you do, let me know in the comment section below. It's much appreciated. So this one's going to be the spoken word truth about the real truth of being a girl. Please bear in mind that this is just based on my food for thought of what I've been through from what I've witnessed and experienced in my time of growing up about how society treats us females and whatnot, and hopefully I'm not going to get too much lash of people thinking I'm being sexist / you know, all about feminism and whatnot. Today people always say girls of this generation are so vain. Today in this generation many people think girls of this generation are so plain. That most of these girls that we see or what have you put their brains inside their books instead of focusing on their personal looks. I don't blame girls too. Why do I blame girls too? Listen up and listen to what I have to say to you all. We're all now having to have this perfect body image, the perfect body, the perfect shape and the perfect hairdo. Then and only then I took a step and a great look at this bleak world that we're living in. I opened my great eyes to see the truth about being a girl. You and I as a girl hear guys saying some real rude and crude stuff about us and how they imagine and envision us to how and what they want us to be and become. You may hear statements such as, dude, she's 10 times tighter than the girl who you were hitting and get quick Ray, or I want to hit up her sister one day, or another one, her ass look like a racetrack like these stretch marks, but unless it's big like Kim K's. I never grew up thinking of all these things, and then the insecurities and stuff that eventually crept in. Don't blame me when I thought about certain boys at a certain age that once used to be looked upon as gentlemen, hearsay. I thought about dinner dates and long-lasting soulmates, not just the fuck boys that you look at or down on like you're a shark bait or any form of bait for that matter. Sorry if you seem to think I'm too old-fashioned to what was taught with me and what was instilled in me. Sorry, but not sorry. But this is who and what I am and what I see. This sort of mentality and attitude towards girls breaks my heart and angers me to the core. For every girl that is growing up in this world we live in today, instead of a decent boy or a young man showing he cares by sending a kind text message on how was your day or how are you messages, you get the once in a while receiving degrading messages of saying to us, are you up? Do you want to have a quick fuck? I'm standing up to some young girls as well as basically against these right now of these guys that are labelled as fuck boys or what have you. But I am not a tool, trophy or some form of object that you can show off to your boys, you know, or some form of just trophy entertainment for you all just to, you know, get the next hit from your, you know, to be popular with your boys intact. As I've got a voice like many other girls have, even if we are the ones that have been silenced for too long, no matter what the reason may be. And I have something to say, and no, I don't wish to shut up. It's now my turn to speak out and you better listen. But choose to speak and stand by my truth. Don't forever assume that I just only belong in your own bedroom. However, I belong in a conference room or a business room or any other room for that matter that I crave for affection, attention, praises. And for anyone that thinks for this generation of girls is so plain and vain, reason is because us girls have been and always have been held under the microscope day after day after day. And the thought of feeling beautiful or being held under some false expectations of being beautiful quote that beautiful doesn't even seem to exist anymore. And you boys might as well tick off on your checklist along with all the other things that you have on your list. Here's a list for you boys to maybe check if we qualify for you to satisfy your needs and wants. Big butts, big boobs, big lips, skinny waist, small nose, hairless and careless, but still have no fairness. But in all fairness to you guys, I don't want to be seen. I do want to be seen as beautiful too, or what have you, and just get the right compliments from you. I want you guys to be real with me. But don't get me wrong, that list that you have envisioning at aren't correct. It's just a joke, as for all of us girls, comes in all shapes and sizes though. However, I don't want to be demeaned. I'm not the same girl that I was at 16. I mean, I'm stuck in between transitioning being a girl and a young woman as I am now today. Growing up in this crazy world is scary. That has taught me to look sexy, get a degree, maybe a bit of some kind of beauty surgery, and the list goes on. But never disagree with any misogyny. A world that has not taught me how to be a real woman. That we girls are constantly living in fear of our basic healthcare and health needs will disappear eventually. Or even seeing our paycheck that can be somehow be smaller than the men that does the very same job as us. Or the boss just tells us girls to stop giving blowjobs. If you just want to have a raise, you've got to sacrifice and compromise. Show me what lies above those thighs. Oh boy, come on, please. The moment you want of what you're misidentified in us and misunderstanding everything about us girls, was it when you forgot that not even 100 years ago I could not even vote? You look at what happens when you're trying to demote the very beings and bodies that gave birth to you. Please. We're used to it all of what you've been said and done, as well as the society has thrown at us. Yet we girls are all appalled, but certainly we girls don't know if it is what it feels like to be free from these injustices that we get. Equality is that it's not just about calling someone out. Equality is an accountability and taking responsibility for our own actions. Equality is having dignity in oneself. Equality is education from classrooms to courtrooms, to conference rooms, and to computer screens, and much more. It's using the fast and growing technology that we have around us for the greater good. And for the Me Too movement, and for equality, it's for truth. This strong voice that you're hearing right now today as I stand is going to be hopefully breaking through the everyday silences that needs to be broken in its existence. No one can't exist if it's not tolerated. It goes to all of you. Changing the future is up to us. Clearing the path for every woman and every man. It's all about raising the next generation to know not only does their voice matter and counts, but it will be heard and counts. And that's why the power is in our hands. Because we will not sit down, back out, and nod and smile while certain people in our life reconcile the rules to be fertile. Sorry, this is my life, my body, baby. I may be a young lady, but my parents has always told me to speak out and fight against the injustices of every kind that mattered to me the most. So here I am today speaking out for all my lovely ladies in the house. We will not stop the fight to get what we want. We shall and will not be silenced. For every woman of every race, colour, creed, size, gender, etc., this place of this world belongs to us as well as to the men. And this is the truth of our truth of being a girl. Well, this quickly ends a real short video. Basically, of the slam poem about basically the real truth about being a girl. Hopefully you like this. Smash the like button, comment below. Feel free to follow me on my social medias. Feel free to also subscribe. And while you're down there, while subscribing, if you want to get up to date with what I get up to, turn on the notification bell so you can keep up to date with the new content that I do based on what I do for these.